That chisel used to bite into wood without a second thought. So when it could not even shave a lemon clean, it felt like a trusted tool had suddenly forgotten its job. I set it down on the bench, took a closer look, and decided this was not the end for that chisel, just the moment to slow down and sharpen it the right way. First, I give the chisel a simple cleaning to loosen old dirt and surface rust. I lay it flat in a shallow tray and sprinkle baking soda over the blade, covering the cutting edge and the stained areas. Then I cut a fresh lemon and squeeze the juice right on top. You will see it start to react and fizz a little. I let it sit for a short while so the mixture can do its work. This step softens grime and rust and makes the next cleaning much easier. Next, I take the small swivel wheel and make it solid so it will not spin. I mix a little baking soda with a few drops of super glue and press that mixture into the wheel joint. This locks the wheel in place and turns it into a steady guide instead of a moving part. Once that sets, I go back to the chisel. I use sandpaper to scrub the blade, working along the length, not across it. I focus on removing loosened rust and old buildup from the surface. After that, I wipe the blade clean with a dry cloth. At this point, the chisel already looks better, smoother, and ready for proper sharpening. Now I make a simple sharpening jig using 2 pieces of wood. I start with the larger board, about 6 by 12 centimeters, and place it flat on the bench. I position the wheel assembly on top and mark the screw holes. I drill and screw it down tight so it cannot move. This piece becomes the base. Next, I take the smaller wood piece, about 5 by 7.5 centimeters. I place it on top of the larger board, right where the chisel will sit. I use 2 screws to attach it loosely, just enough so it can still open and close like a clamp. I'd like to hear where you're from. Drop your city and state below so I know how far this video is reaching. Now I slide the chisel blade between the 2 wood pieces. I line it up straight and make sure the cutting edge sticks out evenly. Then I tighten the screws slowly until the chisel is held firm. It should not wiggle, but you should not force it. This simple wood jig keeps the angle steady and frees your hands. Next, I take the water stone and place it in a tray of clean water. I let it soak for about 15 minutes. This step matters. A wet stone cuts smoother, stays cooler, and helps you get a sharper, more controlled result. With the stone ready, I start on the 600 grit side. I hold the wooden jig with both hands and slide it back and forth in smooth, steady strokes. I do not rush. I let the stone do the work, keeping the angle the same every time. Once the edge feels even, I flip to the 1500 grit side. Now the motion is lighter and slower. This step refines the edge and brings it to a clean, sharp finish you can feel right away. At the end, I test the chisel the same way I did at the start. This time it shaves the lemon clean, smooth, and easy. When I put it back on the wood, it bites right in without force. That is how you know the edge is right. This is not about fancy tools. It is about patience, good angles, and using what you already have in your shop. A dull tool does not belong in the trash. Most of the time, it just needs a little care and the right method. If this video helped you, hit the like button so others can find it too. Subscribe for more simple, practical DIY ideas, and leave a comment telling me what old tool you want to bring back to life next.